Welcome to Doors to Hope and Healing, an inside look at foster care and adoption needs in Connecticut. My name is Jacqueline Ford. I have had the honor of working for the department for close to 30 years, and although I may be familiar with many of the topics I bring to you, I have invited experts in those fields to help dispel the myths and misconceptions that often act as barriers. Join us as we open our doors to an inside look at the Department of Children and Families. With our work and our mission. Because our department values children and families and the humane and kind treatment of children and animals, it made perfect sense for us to work with Myra Stanfield, this year's Kid Governor. And Myra is joining us virtually at the Old State House. Say hi to Myra. Her platform, Standing Up for Animals in Need, connects to the work that we are doing within our department and in partnership with the State Department of Agriculture. The poster contest that Myra offered to fifth graders across our state demonstrate the powerful relationship that children have with their pets. Our purpose is powerful yet simple. We wish to educate our community about the emotional benefits of companion animals and to help educate our staff and our community about the link between the abuse of both children and animals. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our Commissioner of the Department of Children and Families, Vanessa Durantes.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening. I'm so glad to see everyone here. What pandemic? We continue to do things a little bit differently than we always have, but one of the things that we recognize is Connecticut's families are what make us one of the greatest places to be on earth. We know Connecticut has done a great job at tamping down the coronavirus, and we know Connecticut families have done a great job at keeping children safe. This particular initiative is an important one, and it's also steeped in the history of social work. Animals had protections before children did. And so when we think about the history of child protection, we have to recognize the fact that the welfare of Connecticut's children and children across the country depend on all of us as adults to kind of lean in and make sure we can support families to keep them safe. Also, as it relates to animals, we recognize that oftentimes maltreatment of animals is also happening when there is maltreatment of children. So this initiative talks about something called cross-reporting, which means that if there is an animal control officer that has a concern about the well-being of an animal, they would also look to see whether or not there are children in the home. Or if one of our investigators believes that there is an animal that's being maltreated in a home that they are investigating, there's an obligation to let animal control know. We are so happy that our Kid Governor has taken this up as her platform, and that her interest in making sure kids and animals are safe is something that we definitely want to support, and that we're happy to have you all here tonight. In working together, families are the best supports for kids, and communities are the best supports for families. We have many people that I would like to thank for being here tonight. Of course, Jackie Ford, who is our organizer, you just heard from the Connecticut Department of Children and Families. Thank you, Jackie. Myra Stanfield, our Kid Governor. Hi, Myra. Who's appropriately socially distanced at the State House. We have, from the Office of the Kid Governor, lead staff Brian Cofrancesco. Hi, Brian. We have the Executive Director of the Connecticut Humane Society, James Bias. Hi, James. We also have, who else are we here? From the Department of Agriculture, we have our partners from the Department of Agriculture here. James Rocco is the Executive Director. Who's here? Oh, but we have our partners from the Department of Agriculture here. Let's hear it for them. We also have Diane Rozelle from the Department of Children and Families, who you'll hear from in a little bit. My heart goes to Diane because she does all of this work behind the scenes to make sure that we understand what our obligation is as a department. So thank you, Diane, for all of your work, and I can't wait to hear from you. And we have our Youth Poster Contest winner. Clap for that, too. So the Connecticut Family Day is a statewide event established at 1997 and first celebrated in 1998. Family Day began with a simple essay written by a young person in response to a contest run by then Senator Crisco. From this humble start, Family Day has continued through collaboration across state agencies, community organizations, with the primary objective of honoring and celebrating Connecticut's families. For the past 9 years, DCF has taken the lead on Connecticut Family Day planning. Each year, a poster contest is held, and for the past 2 years, DCF has collaborated with the Kid Governor's Office to support the Kid Governor's platform. The poster contest is open to all 5th grade students across the state. This year, Connecticut Family Day is raising awareness about the link between child abuse and neglect and animal maltreatment. Tonight, we also will be highlighting Connecticut cross-reporting of 2 forms of maltreatment through the collaboration between the Department of Children and Families and the Department of Agriculture. These 2 state departments are working together to launch a training program in the coming months to educate private providers, law enforcement, educators, and mental health professionals about the importance of Connecticut's cross-reporting. Tonight, you'll also hear about Paws for Kids, which is a partnership between the Connecticut Department of Children and Families and the animal advocacy community to promote child and animal well-being through education, cross-reporting, efforts, marketing, and establishing an animal-assisted intervention, or AAI, for DCF children with trauma exposure. Those are my talking points, and we will hear a lot more from our Kid Governor and from our other guests here tonight. We are excited to have you here celebrating Connecticut's Family Day, and we hope you have a good time.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Our next 2 speakers will be Diane Rozelle from the Department of Children and Families and Charles Rocco from the Department of Agriculture, working together closely on all of this work in education for our cross-reporting laws. Diane's brainchild was the Paws for Kids program, and she's going to tell you about all the work that's going into that right now. Diane and Charles?
Hi, everyone. Just to let you know, I have a little bit of allergies going on, so if I clear my throat and potentially cough, it's just allergies. So welcome, everyone, today. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you a little bit today. As the Commissioner noted, my name is Diane Rozelle. I'm a long-term DCF employee. I've been with the department a little over 20 years, and I work in our central office. My work with these 2 initiatives, one being the cross-reporting initiative and the other being the animal-assisted intervention initiative, really came to the forefront for me when I was accepted into DCF's Leadership Academy for Middle Managers, which is an opportunity for DCF staff to select a change initiative and bring it to fruition, and an initiative that will likely make a positive impact on children and families. So for my change initiative back in 2019, it was a very simple decision for me. One, I wanted to create an educational and fun program for our kids to connect with therapy animals and to learn all about wonderful dogs and other animals. And number 2, I wanted to create a more comprehensive partnership with the Department of Agriculture to explore ways to enhance our current work with cross-reporting. As the Commissioner mentioned, cross-reporting in Connecticut is essentially to cross-report. We report for them, they report for us. And Public Act 1470, which was first enacted in 2011 and then updated in 2014. The cross-reporting actually, in addition to Connecticut, is also included in 13 other states, but we are only one of 3 states that has cross-reporting. So in one of the other 13 states, there is a reporting on one side or a reporting on the other. but Connecticut and only 2 other states in this country have cross-reporting. I want to talk to you a little bit about why cross-reporting is so important. So, cross-reporting came into effect in 2011 based on the work that former state representative Diana Urban brought forth because of the mounting evidence from researchers who talk about the strong link between animal cruelty and child abuse, intimate partner violence, and elder abuse. The FBI has been using animal cruelty as an indicator, a symptom of other forms of human violence for many years. But lately, over the last decade, more and more research has come to light that tells us that this is a real issue. In Connecticut, almost 1/3 of all households has a dog and a cat, and family violence does not stop at the human species alone. Animal abuse is a potential indicator and predictor of interpersonal violence. Animal cruelty is described by professionals in this field as, quote, the tip of the iceberg, end quote, meaning the way that animals are regarded in a family is a window into the interpersonal relationships and family dynamics. So animal cruelty is really more than just a legal issue, it's a community issue. If you improve the animal welfare in a community, you improve public safety for everyone. An example, animal cruelty is especially prevalent in families where there is intimate partner violence. Pets become a tool to keep victims silent and in violent relationships as victims fear for their pets' welfare and safety. Working in partnerships, cross-reporting can overcome challenges at the intersections of animal abuse and other family violence and will likely improve outcomes for children and animals. By recognizing how human and animal violence are intertwined, violence prevention can be enhanced and families and communities become safer and more humane. So even though the cross-reporting law has been in effect since 2011, I believe last year in 2019, it wasn't until Officer Charles Della Rocco, here with me today, and Chief Jeremiah Dunn came onto the scene that we began to take a much deeper and comprehensive look at the current state of cross-reporting, how we were doing as an agency at DCF and at the Department of Agriculture, and where we identify we may be able to do a little bit better. After our assessment and working together for a short time, we decided that we wanted to focus on 2 important issues. Number 1, even though our staff were reporting to the Department of Agriculture and the Department of Agriculture staff were reporting to DCF, we wanted to increase those numbers. And we wanted to do that through targeted education, mostly highlighting the importance of the link between animal cruelty and other forms of violence. And then we wanted to educate our community. We wanted to particularly educate our community that had or has a nexus to children, to Connecticut's children, to create a better awareness of the link, the law, around these important issues. So, since our work with both Officer Della Rocco and Chief Dunn, we've been able to put a few things in motion since June of 2019. We held a 2-day conference of cross-reporting and animal-assisted intervention for staff and DCF staff and community providers. We created, as the Commissioner noted, an online and in-person training for DCF staff and community providers that is slated to launch in early 2021. We created a laminated information card for DCF employees to take into the field that identifies how to recognize animal cruelty and what to do about it and how to report. And we are in the early stages of organizing an advisory committee comprised of DCF staff, the Department of Agriculture staff, animal control officers, to review our data and discuss further ways to create awareness of cross-reporting. Finally, I just want to say that we are happy to report that we launched an animal-assisted intervention service at DCF in December. We've been put on hold for COVID, because of COVID rather. But in the 3 months that the program launched, we had 14 active pet therapy teams working with our kids across the state. And so far it's been a huge success. We hope to open soon to continue this great work. So now I'd like to hand this over to Officer Rocco to continue.
Thank you, Diane. I just wanted to say, first off, Commissioner Brian Hurlburt, who is the Commissioner of Connecticut Department of Agriculture, couldn't make it today, but he was very instrumental in guiding Chief Dunn into how important this cause is and what the statute actually says. And that's really what started this whole thing, is that we dissected what the statute says and went from there. When I was ordered to do this by Chief Dunn, I had some reservations because it's always very difficult to have two major departments trying to work in partnership, and I stand corrected. I can't tell you how awesome this has been, Commissioner. Your department has been great, and the communication that we have right now is so good that I'm even bothering her when I'm sitting at home. And she knows. So it really has been wonderful, and that's really what's driving this. If you can imagine, there's 169 towns in the state of Connecticut, and each town has an animal control officer, and some have 2, 3, or 4, to the tune of about 230 to 250 animal control officers. We have one right now from Branford that's here today, who is very instrumental because they're the ones that are actually on the ground, just like the DCF investigators. They're the ones on the ground actually gathering this information and bringing it to us to where we need to forward it on. And if it isn't for our local ACOs doing their job and our DCF investigators doing their job, we would probably just be talking about what we're eating for dinner, right? So I do want to thank Laura Bourbon from Branford and all local ACOs, because it is very important. But what we have done, I'm going to show you some numbers, or tell you some numbers, because I can't show you anything, but I'm going to tell you some numbers that just from last year alone, we were at 77 suspected animal abuse reports were sent to DCF from our local ACOs. We're sending them to us. We send it to the Department of Children and Families, and that was 77. To this date, from the beginning of this year, we have 103, and we still have a quarter of the year to go. That's showing you that our local ACOs are doing their job. The state animal control, Connecticut Department of Agriculture, is doing their job, and DCF is doing theirs. Because of COVID, we have had some issues. DCF, it's harder for them to get some of their information, because normally it's coming from schools and being out there, and if children are now kind of isolated, it's harder to actually see what's going on or even getting the information, so it can trigger DCF. But even to this case, both departments together were at close to what we were last year, which is about 126 or something like that. We're at about 123 right now together. So I see nothing but this going forward, and how this is going to turn out. I want to thank the kid governor, because this is great, and great job. We're very proud of you. I know all the commissioners are, as well as the governor. But if it wasn't for you, we would have, this is a great platform. So I want to thank you. And I'm going to leave with this. We can do better. And with everybody working together, such as DCF and the Connecticut Department of Agriculture, with our counterparts throughout the whole state, we're gonna get better. And I don't see an end to this. I just see it continually soaring. And I want to thank you for being here. And that's a great poster, by the way. Love it. Great job. Victor is a very sweet boy. He's on the autism spectrum. He communicates through picture books. He's able to make some sounds, and he'll let you know what he wants or what he needs. He'll take your hand and bring you to the sink if he needs something at the sink. If he's hungry, he'll let you know. He is an explorer. Anything new, he loves books. If there's a room full of toys, he will go through all the toys. He's learning new skills all the time. He recently developed a good kick. He's now kicking a ball. He does a really good job with that. He would love to be at a park, kicking around a ball, playing on a play set. Victor is your typical little boy. Victor really thrives with structure. So he does need a lot of one-on-one attention. He does well in school. He's very well behaved. He's very social. I think he'd do really well with a family with other younger children. Victor is nonverbal, but he does communicate through the use of a picture book. And he will let you know his needs and wants. He will take your hand and bring you to whatever he needs, whether it be something to eat or he needs to use the bathroom. Victor requires no special physical requirements in the home, no special equipment. He's physically a very healthy boy. I think Victor would bring a lot of joy to any family who's open to caring for a boy like him with some needs. He's got a lot of love to give. Victor is a really, really special boy.
I have a story that needs to be told.
Before I was placed in foster care, I learned through actions and inactions of others
that I was not worthy of love,
that I was not worthy of love,
that I was not worthy of love or attention.
I learned that my needs
are not a priority.
As a result of that negativity,
I experienced insecurity.
I want to be accepted by society, but I'm unsure if I have that ability.
Teach me through your actions.
Teach me through your actions.
Teach me through your actions that I deserve to be cared about
and treated well.
Don't make me feel as if I'm a burden.
Remind me that I am here for a reason. That I was brought into this life because I'm strong enough to live it.
I'm strong enough to live it.
I am strong enough to live it.
Show me that my presence is a gift.
Try
to meet me where I am at. Give to me without expecting anything in return.
Because I may be too hurt and angry to express appreciation when you're trying to help me.
But trust that one day,
I will remember that you gave to me.
In this way.
Can you meet me where I'm at?
Let me be sad sometimes.
Give me room to mess up and make mistakes.
Because mistakes are opportunities
to learn and grow.
By forgiving me, you teach me how to forgive.
Understand, there will be times I need space from all the voices.
That think that they know what's best for me.
What's best for me.
What's best for me.
Remember that I am not a paycheck. I'm a person. Will you meet me where I'm at?
Remind me that my past
does not define me.
Help me learn to be helped.
Mentor my thoughts.
Encourage my ideas.
Challenge my pushbacks.
Laugh with me.
Cry with me.
Have fun with me.
Have trust in me.
Ask me these questions.
What are my dreams?
What is my purpose?
What are my talents?
How can I help others? Help others.
How can I help others?
Let me know that you're here to help me reach my goals.
And I will become empowered.
But first,
But first, you have to meet me where I'm at.
I long for community and to be connected.
Help me with my self-esteem.
and help with my other esteem.
Which is how I feel about and relate to others.
Show me how to see that I am needed in my community.
And the world. And see how I can make a difference.
See how I can make a difference.
See how I can make a difference.
You have this gift.
Share it with me.
Share it with me.
Share it with me.
Remember that I have lived a different life before I met you.
A life you may never understand.
I am not asking you to solve all of my problems.
Just help make sure
Just help make sure
I don't have to face my problems alone.
Alone.
I am asking you.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
I am asking you to meet me where I'm at.
meet me where I'm at.
Meet me where I'm at.